the world, but thankfully we've got the next 30 minutes to spend with Madonna and her new album, Hard Candy. Stephen Smith here, and the Fuse studio has been transformed to Madge Central. We got some of her biggest fans here. They're all ready to justify their love for the one, the only Madonna. Plus today we got our own house DJs, DJ Lauren Flax and DJ E. Frank, who'll be spinning the new Hard Candy record throughout the show. Now you guys just got a little taste of Candy Shop. Did you guys like that, Candy Shop? You like the song? That's right, you did. Now, personally, I've been a fan of Madonna for as long as I can remember. Not ashamed to say, my college dorm room was always blasting the Immaculate Collection. This is true. So needless to say, it was an amazing opportunity to sit down with Madonna for her first ever interview with Fuse. We talked all about her 11th studio album, Hard Candy, what some critics are calling the best album of her career, as well as working with some of the biggest names in music, touring, and the most exclusive show New Yorkers have ever seen, an intimate free concert at Roseland Ballroom from Madonna's biggest fans. Now, we're going to give you a sneak peek of that later. I got to say, I felt like a kid in a candy store. Well, maybe that's because we were in a candy store. All right, enough talking from me. Here's what the Immaculate One herself had to say about the new record. So how would you describe the overall concept and sound of Hard Candy?
Hard, fat beats. Infectious melodies, sweet melodies.
Sugary sweet, I would say.
Yeah.
Now, Pharrell said it was a workout sex album. Anything you'd like to change or add to that description?
Workout sex album? That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Fair enough. Some people say working out and sex go together.
They can.
I'm working on that. Now, what music and artists were you listening to that inspired the sounds of this record?
Justin Timberland and Pharrell.
Yeah. Wow, how'd you choose them?
It's a mystery.
Yeah, weird. Weird how they infect. Now, when you craft a song, do you have a favorite way to do it? Do you like to start on guitar? Is it a beat? Is it a lyric?
It takes lots of different directions. Sometimes I'll write a song on a guitar and I'll bring it in and I'll go, I like this melody, I'll play it, and then they will take it and translate it into something else.
Okay.
Or just a chunk of it, a phrase, the verse, the chorus. Sometimes somebody will come up with a beat and put it like some synth melody on it, and then Justin and I will sit there and we start riffing, and I've got my magic book of lyrics and poems and things I write and ideas and concepts, and we start riffing off of each other, and he's really good with rhythm, and I'm into words, and we sit in a little corner and we just loop the music over and over and over again until we find phrases, and so it's all different.
Now, did you play any guitar on this record?
I did, but then I got replaced. Yeah, because I'm okay live, but like when you play in the studio, you have to be really precise. Yeah, Justin's a better guitar player than I am.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Now, did you make the decision to replace yourself as the executive producer?
Yes. I executively fired myself.
It's always rough when that happens.
Yeah.
When you're in the studio with people like Justin and Pharrell and Timberland, did the studio get heated, literally and/or figuratively?
Literally, yes, because I didn't like air conditioning, so I often asked for it to be turned off, and everybody complained about that.
Somebody give us some water in here.
Figuratively, sometimes, but not. I mean, we always got along. I think I only had one argument with Pharrell.
Really?
Yeah, but that's because he's an Aries and I'm a Leo. It's two fire signs.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Clearly.
Everybody got along.
Everybody was cool.
Yeah.
Pharrell's a good dude.
Yeah.
Now, did they push you as a singer?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Definitely. Push me to sing in a different pocket, and hear things in a different rhythm. Great for me to be pushed like that.
Now, contrary to that, did you push them as a producer?
I think so. Yeah, because I like to keep focused and keep working and not leave until the job is done.
They get distracted easily?
Yeah, they're boys.
They are boys.
Yeah.
The title Hard Candy, I love talking with artists about how they come up with titles for albums, and I like to hear what ideas they threw out. What didn't make it as a title of this record?
Well, for a minute there, I was going to call it Give It To Me.
Okay.
Because there's a song on the record called Give It To Me, but then everybody said, no, there's a song called Give It To Me. And then I love Candy Shop, and then everyone said, no, 50 Cent has a song called Candy Shop. I'm like,
I take you to the candy shop. I let you lick the lollipop.
So then I decided, forget about using any of the titles from the song. from the album, and I just came up with the phrase hard candy. I like it.
Yeah.
It conjures up things.
There's a couple things in there with hard and candy. That's right, she likes candy. I mean, who doesn't? We got lots more from my sit-down with Madonna on the way. She's always giving back to her fans, but you won't believe how they recently helped her. Plus, we'll hear what the experts think of the latest from Madonna, and we hit the streets with hard candy to see what the people of New York City think when Fuse's Madonna Hard Candy special gets back. Leave you with a taste of another new track. This is Dance Tonight.
My left ass cheek.
You see, now that's funny because my right ass cheek is killing me. Is anybody here
We put
massaging
both-
our ass cheek?
Where's the part where the masseuse shows up and rubs my inner thigh?
Yeah, if we put
No.
both of our asses together, we would have one decent ass.
See what I do for my art? Okay? Where do you see the rash behind my leg? Okay, on my knee. It's called sweat. Look at that.
Tears.
You see that? You think that looks like fun? Wait a
At
minute.
this point,
Wait a minute. I think I have a decent ass.
of
on my
course you
own.
think you have a decent ass.
I just want to be a broom. I just want to be a broom.
That was a look at Madonna and Justin Timberlake behind the scenes on the set of their video 4 Minutes. You know, it is hard work looking that good, and don't I know it. Stephen Smith back here on Fuse's Madonna Hard Candy special. The new album is out right now, and our DJs just played you a bit of Beat Goes On featuring Kanye West. Just one of many big names that are on Madonna's new album. Now, Madonna has never had to answer questions from critics, and for good reason. She doesn't really care what they think. So that's why I'm going to ask the critics what they think instead. Please say hello to our good friends from Blender Magazine, Lizzie Goodman. Hello. And from Entertainment Weekly, Nicholas Fonseca. Hi, everybody.
Hey there.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's talk about Madge. The woman is going to be 50, and that is her album cover.
You can't say you're surprised.
I
Come
can't.
on.
I'm not surprised in the slightest. Do you think any other artist who is pushing 50 could pull that off?
No, I mean, but you know, Madonna has never been shy about showing us various sides of her personality or body or some combination of both. So I think this is another example of that.
It's quite the cross shot.
How old was Cher when she showed her ass cheeks?
On Turn Back Time,
Yeah.
I think she might have been in the 40 region, so I
Okay,
guess it's
okay.
okay. Yeah,
Sharon Madonna.
you know,
Sounds about right.
I think it works together.
Yeah, it's a good combination.
They both like them dudes. All right, now what is your opinion of the record? Start with Lizzie.
I love the record. I think it's, and I haven't been the biggest fan of what she's done over the last couple years. My last favorite Madonna album, one I really liked, was Ray of Light. So that was 10 years ago at this
Yeah.
point. So I'm very pleased to say that I absolutely love this record. I think it's a perfect combination for me of sort of old school, like disco queen Madonna, and it's as if she wrote those songs for that era and then hired all the best producers in the world, which is exactly what she did. And now so it's the combination of her old school Madonna roots and the power that she has now.
That's cool. You agree with all
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I mean, I think she hired those producers, which would explain why, in my opinion, it's sort of her most mainstream album in quite a while. She kind of put aside all her avant-garde tendencies and just sort of went straight for the dancing jugular, and I
Yes.
like it. I mean, it's also a great gym album. You know, it's got a lot of energy. It's got her general just love of life in it, I think, and her sort of self-affirmation that she's so good at.
Yeah. Now, what inspirations do you two hear on the record?
Early years. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, what you're saying is absolutely right. There's this sort of sense, the power of the production is stronger. It's not what you would have heard in the early years of Madonna, but there is this sort of old school, almost, it's not anonymous. It's not like you forget it's a Madonna record, but they're dance songs. They feel like dance songs in this way that's sort of working with the audience as opposed to against it. Like, I'm a big diva and here's my big song and you have to like it.
And also, you know, she worked with Nile Rodgers very early in her career, and he was, you know, instrumental in, like, Chic. You can hear a lot of Chic in this album. You can hear some Donna Summer. There's some of his influence, all those bells and whistles and the whole toot toot beep beep.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's him, you know, right there. And I think she's paying homage to him.
Oh, completely. And I'm sure you appreciated it. Now, do you think that she gave up control of this album to let a younger generation experience Madonna?
Well, I mean, we were discussing
Yeah,
this before we
spent
came
a lot
on,
of
but whether
time.
we think much has been made of that. Oh, she's working with all these young kids, and what's Madonna doing? Is she, relinquishing control? She's a famous control freak. But as we were discussing, I mean, she's been working with other people. Part of her genius is knowing who to recruit.
Yes.
Knowing who to get on these albums, and she's been doing that since the beginning of her career, literally. You mentioned Nile Rodgers, that's one good example.
Yeah, I mean, and look, let's be honest, you would not want to hear Madonna singing without any production. I mean, it's the truth, and she's always relied on her producers to sort of elevate what she's doing. And, I don't think it's really a big deal that she went after hit makers and said to them, help me make hits. I mean, she wanted to come back in full force, and I mean, she, I don't know, she's done this before.
Yeah,
she's done it before. She did it with bedtime stories. If you think about when she was trying to get over the whole erotica hump, and she enlisted Dallas Austin and Babyface and Nelly Hooper, and she needed an album that sounded like it was very contemporary and very, very current, and that's what she's trying to do here.
Yeah, she's not going to go for Rick Rubin anytime soon. No, I don't think.
That would be awesome.
Now, people have also been talking about Madonna passing the torch.
Yeah.
Now, this record doesn't really seem passing the torch. It seems like, oh, it's still mine, and if you want a little bit, you can have some.
She won't pass that
There's
torch
no- I
until
mean-
it's out of her cold, dead hands. I mean, come on, let's be honest.
Well, and also to whom? I mean, that's the other
Yeah.
thing. There's a lot of course, there was the Britney Spears thing. Oh, Britney Spears is going to take over Madonna's crown. And for a while, earlier this decade, 2003-ish, it felt like Madonna was sort of sanctioning that. Yeah, I'm passing this on to her. Obviously, that's not happening anytime soon. I mean, for the torch to be passed, there has to be somebody to take it from her. And she's still bossing these kids around in the studio anyway. She's telling Pharrell what she wants from him. She's telling Tim. Yeah, I spoke to Pharrell about that, and he was just sort of like, it's on the one hand, it's this big deal. Oh, Madonna's hiring all these people, and maybe she's lost it. Maybe she needs lots of help. Not according to him. They're all coming running to work with her. And according to him, it's like you get into the studio and you try a few things, and she tells you what she likes, and then she takes you to school and teaches you how to do what you thought you already knew how to do.
It's the Madonna we know best. Thank you both for coming by and sharing your expertise about Madonna. Now, if you've ever been to a Madonna show, you know that you are getting your money's worth. But her latest show in New York City was completely free as a way for her to say thank you to all of her fans, some of who had gotten in line 3 days earlier. Now, if you weren't fortunate enough to get tickets, you're in luck. We can confirm Madonna is heading out on the road again. Here's what she had to say about the upcoming Hard Candy tour. Last night you played this great show at Roseland here in New York City. And I have to ask, what's it like hearing a crowd of people singing back your new music to you? The album just came out.
I was really relieved actually because I forgot some of the lyrics. And when I was playing Miles Away, I was like, oh God, what's the next line? And the kid in the front row was singing them, and he helped me remember.
Was that like a nice eye contact moment with you?
Yeah. Faithful. I was very grateful for that moment.
New York comes in to save the day.
Yep,
Got to go to New York.
every time.
Now, there was a special guest. Mr. Timberlake came out on stage.
Yes.
Now, how long did you rehearse that bit?
Just one day.
One day.
Yeah, he came in the day before, and we rehearsed it, and then we did one run through yesterday afternoon, and then he got it. He's a quick learner.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I was watching it online.
All those things to jump on.
Yes.
Yeah.
The show last night, was that any hint of what people are going to get as part of a Hard Candy tour?
I think that there are elements that we used last night that would make it into the bigger show. I really like those light comms, for instance, for 4 minutes. Those are cool.
It was really, really groovy.
Yeah.
We have heard what Madonna has to say. Now, earlier we heard what the critics had to say. But what about the fans? She's been making music for us to dance to for over 20 years. Here's a look at what fans had to say when we took the new album to the streets of New York City.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Hard Candy. I think she's still a little freaky.
My favorite Hard Candy I can't talk about on TV.
Now and later, because it's not hard too long, but it's soft. But it's hard.
I like peppermints now, because you know your breath gotta be good for the ladies.
Hey, you know you like Madonna. I love Madonna.
I love this. This is great. Ooh.
Sound very sexual. Because Madonna is sexual.
Oh, this song is hot, son.
This doesn't sound like anything I've heard from Madonna before.
Got Timberland, the beat is hot.
Oh man, this is fat, really fat. This is a new record.
We're gonna jam this next set.
This song is amazing and I love her so much.
I think this album is freaking awesome.
Fans literally dancing in the street. Now, Madonna's new album is candy for your ears. If you don't have it already, go out and get it. We still got more with her. We'll find out which of her videos is her all-time favorite and a hint of what the next single is, plus her latest video, 4 minutes. And right now, here's a listen of Give It To Me off of Hard Candy. Coming right back with more Madonna.
You like candy?
I love it.
Any particular type?
I like spicy things.
Really?
Hot tamales, licorice.
Of course you do.
Good. Jawbreakers.
Jawbreakers. That's the name of my favorite band.
Welcome back to Fuse's Madonna Hard Candy Special. Stephen Smith is here, and we are celebrating Madonna's latest album, Hard Candy. Now, our DJs just played another track off the record that was called She's Not Me, which Madonna says is kind of Debbie Harry meets Gloria Gaynor. Love them both. Madonna has had so many classic videos throughout her amazing career. Of course, the 80s staples, Borderline, Like a Virgin, Material Girl. She's dealt with plenty of issues, teen pregnancy with Papa Don't Preach, and religion with Like a Prayer. She's had all kinds of different looks, Hollywood fashion and Vogue, S&M and Human Nature, the lavish Spanish bullfighting and Take a Bow, and cameos with Ali G in music, and Austin Powers in Beautiful Stranger. It's tough to pick a favorite, right? Well, you aren't alone. Even Madonna had to give it some thought. Take a look.
Your videos are wonderful. I mean, the 4 minutes, it's visceral, it's stimulating, it's erotic. How do you continue evolving the video format?
By trying to work with young, innovative directors, people that are hungry, that want, that have something new to say. I think the 2 French directors that we worked with on 4 minutes were really clever, and they had the best idea.
C'est un peu comme si on avait fabriqué un petit décor avec des petites souris. Spectateurs, on était dedans et on les suivait. On regardait comment ils essayaient de s'en sortir en fait.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
You still look for treatments from directors all the time?
I look for people with something fresh. Yeah.
Do you ever come up with an idea and then take it to a director and try to have them display your vision?
Oh, yeah. I just did for Give It To Me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, with Pharrell.
So that would be the next single?
Yeah.
I figured that out right now.
Yeah, you're good.
Thanks. Now, have you made a favorite Madonna video yet?
Have I made, meaning directed?
Well, no, like in all the videos you've made, is there a favorite Madonna video? Have you completed that?
No, I mean, I don't really have a favorite.
They all work together?
They're all amazing.
They're all amazing. Mine's Oh Father. Thanks for asking.
Oh, okay.
There you have it. It was my absolute honor to have the chance to sit down with Madonna. My thanks to her again for the opportunity. That does it for our Madonna Hard Candy Special. Thanks to our house DJs, DJ E. Frank and DJ Lauren Flax. And of course, all of you for watching. And what are you waiting for? Go out and get that album. We'll leave you with a little taste of Madonna's latest video. The first single off Hard Candy. It's already topped the charts in 10 different countries. Teaming up with Justin Timberlake and Timberland. Here is 4 minutes. Good night, everybody.